Good boy, bud. All right, we got Pattern out, ready to track him, and let's see how he does. He's rearing and ready to go, so I'm expecting hasty starts and sprinting out of the articles. But I don't care. I just need to get him an IGP 1. That's my goal with this dog. There's a lot of food laid on this track compared to yesterday. Easy, dude. Let's just walk the track with him. Just apply very little tension and just kind of walk the track. And let's see if no tension works a little bit better with this dog. Because I think as I put more and more tension on him, I got some advice from another trainer the other day, you know, that tension kind of makes him pull harder instead of slowing down and thinking. Yeah, he's still so quick on those legs without food. You know, that was a 2 or 3 pace leg without food. You can see him. I mean, he's just edging towards a sprint. But I don't hate that pace that he's going at right there. I mean, I could deal with an entire track that's that pace. My whole worry with this dog is if you let him just start sprinting, he's going to want to sprint the entire track. And while you don't get a penalty for having a faster dog, the dogs can't quite think as well, they can't quite sense as well, they're not being quite as careful, and so they're way more likely to make mistakes, which is kind of why I'd like to avoid this speed that he's got going. He's not Sonic the fucking Hedgehog. You know, it's more like a Ash Ketchum type of deal. Like, kind of want to catch them all of them being the articles, obviously. Alright, dude. He does so much better when it's like this and there's food on the track every 3 to 5 paces, just because he has something to stop and is being more careful. But you can see right there, there was probably 10 paces without food. He took off. Alright, we're just going to let him figure this out. That was actually a good corner. For him, that was a good corner. There's no food on that corner, so not too bad. Let's see if I can remember where all my articles are. Saturday tracks are always brutal. Boom. I'm not going to correct him or anything for it. I'm just going to go up, give him his hot dog as a reward. There's a little bit on the outside of his paw right there. I don't know if you guys can see that. That's where the actual article is, but it's fine. I'm just going to feed him, reward it. Good. Put that in my pocket. Easy. Super. Oh my gosh, that is so annoying. I will tell you right now, that is horrendously annoying. I don't know if you guys saw that, but he bolted. I need to get a shoulder mount for doing these videos. That would make life way easier. No tension today. I just gotta keep reminding myself that. We're gonna try to track completely without tension. Nope, where is it? Platz. So he actually overshot that article. He smelled it and he went down. He actually overshot it. So I'm just going to pick that up, no food. Platz. And then we're gonna put him back into the track. See, why can't you do that every time? Because there's not food in the first pace after every article. Unbelievable. This is by far my favorite Malinois I've ever met in person. And tracked and trained with. But even him, he's still got some nerve to him. It's kind of why I'm getting out of the Mallies a little bit and getting more into the Shepherds, because you just don't get this nerve out of a good Shepherd. Whereas like you can have the best Mallee in the world and they still have a degree of handler sensitivity. They still have a degree of nerve to them. They're fantastic dogs, don't get me wrong. You can train them to do anything, but the nerve and the difficulty they have coping with handler pressure makes them a little bit less useful for Schutzhund than the Shepherds. But still a great dog. I'd say Shepherd number 1, Malinois number 2. I haven't met many working line Dobermans, and certainly none that have impressed me enough for me to say that they're better overall dogs than the Malleys are in this sport. But there are certainly great Dobermans out there. I mean, you look at, I think the number 2 or number 1 last year in all breed Schutzhund was a Dobie. You know, a long-eared floppy, or a floppy-eared long-tailed Doberman. So very European Doberman. I think the docking rules are different over there right now. Oh, he just needs more of this, guys. He really just needs more of this. It's just time. It's just time, and I'm such a person where I want to go and do stuff quick. You know, there are dogs out there that you can get and have them at a 3 in 2 years with as much as I train. And this dog, as far as tracking goes, he really struggles with this. Easy, good boy. Easy, good dog. Easy. Good. I'm just gonna hold my hand here and give him a little bit of the startle out of the gate. Easy, good. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Missed that article. That's okay. Still gonna give him a little bit of food for that. That was actually my fault. I saw it. I didn't do anything about it. Good dog. Easy. Oh boy, Sook. I don't hate that start. As far as all of his starts on this track are concerned, that was actually not too bad. You know, the real problem with this dog is his speed. I mean, if I could get that slowed down by 50%, I mean, we'd be cooking with fire then. So every time I see him do anything slightly slower than he wants to do it, I'm really happy. This goes into this long grass here. It's kind of tough, but he's only got 2 more articles. So, approaching the end of the track. Yeah, he's having to be careful here, which is so good for him. Just let him figure everything out here. Where is it? That was nice. I like to see him work that out. The wind was blowing into his face. I love tracking at this point. It was the thing I dreaded every single day last year. I was always like, man, I have to track. Man, damn, you know, I have to track. That's it's so brutal to go out and lay a track every single day. But I've come to the point where I just kind of love it. I love being out here. I love teaching this guy. I love watching him work. But also, you know, it's an opportunity for me to get better at something I'm really not very good at, comparatively to a lot of the Schutzhund trainers out there that are competing at a high level. You know, I'm not a very good tracker. So, it's really nice to see improvements. And I don't have an easy tracking dog. I mean, this is not a natural tracking dog. He is going to go out there the first time he trials and it's going to be 100 or nothing. You know, tracking's the big X factor for me. Good dog. I guess there is only 1 article. We did get 3, didn't we? He's real hesitant, but he found it. He smelled it, and he still was loyal to it enough to go find it. That's actually really good. I really like that. I'm not going to bother kicking him over or anything. He's a little bit outside his track. I don't really care. It is what it is. Yeah, so he did get all 4. Awesome. Okay, guys. That was Pattern's track today. Come here. Good dog. Good dog. Lots of food. Kind of taking it back to the basics, but I don't know what else I can really do right now. You know, I'm sure there's something, some lesson, some structure I could provide him to speed this along, but whatever it is, I don't know. So I just have to kind of supplement it with the amount of time I spend out here doing this tracking. You know, I track this dog multiple times a day when I can, and every single day of the week. So we're definitely going to get somewhere with him, even if it's slower than an optimal path. We'll still get there, and that's a good feeling. So ciao guys.